Previously on Season 1 of Follow the Path.
I just kind of felt like I had to share this too. Like I don't think people realize that this is not easy. Like I share a lot of stuff that's very deep and it's almost like reliving a lot of pain and stuff sometimes. So I think that's why I choose to share this stuff, is because it's really raw. It's the truth. It's the ugliness that we deal with sometimes, behind the scenes. And I just happened to start capturing as I'm going through this, because none of this is scripted. None of the webisodes are scripted. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the next webisode is going to be because I don't even know. I'm just capturing what's happening to me right now. So it's kind of crazy. But there's some real truth to all of what's happening, and how it takes courage to pick yourself up through some of this stuff. And I'm just happening to capture while it's happening to me, because that's what really happens. That's what really happens in the real world. And I think so many people believe that you have to be a CEO, that you have to be a millionaire, you have to have some organization that you built from ground zero to be successful. And it's BS, man. Every day there's people out there that are leaders, that are making a difference, that are important to their team. And that's kind of what I'm trying to capture, is that the everyday leader is never going to get credit for what they do, is never going to be, put into the limelight. And, I appreciate what you guys go through, because I go through it myself and I live it. So, and I think that's what's so important, man. That's what's kept me grounded in this project, is to just share what it's really like to go through. And you're going to experience this stuff, and it's going to affect you. But it's going to be your leadership is going to be your salvation in all of this. And that's what's so important, because during times like this is when you grow the most. And that's what's happening to me too.
You see, in life, some of us choose to become a leader. And for others, life chooses us. We were called to action when needed, and it brought out the best in us. And I often wonder which one was chosen for me. I don't remember making the choice. I just did what was needed. When asked to do more, I did. When asked to lead others, I did that too. I never knew it would become my path, but I stayed the course. And as time passed, I came to realize I was chosen for this journey. I was chosen to share my hardships, my failures, and my setbacks, but also my victories and how I overcame so many challenges in my life, and now to teach others to do the same. So many times I was unsure that I could do this and carry such a burden, but I realized it brought out the best in me. And within each of us, there lies a leader who needs awakening. You must find the courage to follow the path of leadership.
Hey guys, welcome back to Season 2 of Follow the Path. Man, it's been crazy over the last probably 5 or 6 months of just different things that are going on. So it's just really cool to see what's happened in the last probably year and a half of starting this podcast, and then it growing into something so much more, which led to the webisodes, and which also led into so many other things that are happening right now. So just to kind of give you an update, we started this podcast, and the podcast has grown to, I think right now we're at like 8,200 downloads, and the website is about 15,000 visits. And so we just finished an online course, so there's so many things that have happened in 1 year, and it all started with just a simple podcast, started with an iPhone, and it's grown, and the audience is growing, and I just thought it was important to kind of show what it's like to go through these challenges and hurdles and document all of the challenges. But last year was probably one of the most difficult years. What a lot of people may not know is that I lost one of my closest friends right before the launch, maybe 2 months before the launch, and it had such a devastating effect on me. And that was just one thing. And then I ended up having knee surgery that was probably one of the worst experiences I ever had. Just trying to stay positive and stay motivated, and that's what I do is motivational speaker and all this other stuff. And it was like the most difficult thing I ever experienced in my life. And so when I just think about the challenges that went on in 2017, and despite all of that, to continue to show rigor and still work on the podcast, and eventually we built a company, Team Rubalcava LLC, out of all of this. So just to see it happening and being able to meet new people, meet new leaders, and interview leaders onto my show, that was really cool. But the one thing that I thought was truly amazing is that this podcast led into something else, a family adventure that we started working on a couple of different shows. So we have a show that I'm sure we'll talk about it at some point in here that we're producing right now for Team Rubalcava, which is actually me and my wife, Marlena, and that we get to talk about our family and talk about the family struggles and kind of create a family channel out of that, and then also bring our children into it too. So it's been pretty cool to see this adventure and to see that all of this started with just some dream of wanting to help others, and yet it grew into something that I could never have imagined. And if there's any message that I hope you guys are seeing in these webisodes and the podcast and then all the other stuff that's about to roll out this year, is that it all just started with a dream. And I'm going to tell you that not everybody believed in that dream. Nobody believed in my dream and my vision. And that's okay, because they don't have to. But I think looking back, it was a pivotal moment that I had so many moments to want to give up. So many moments that I just didn't want to do this anymore. And that's not what I stand for. And I stand for leadership and development. And it was kind of cool to capture that. But the coolest thing is that I get to kind of merge the two most influential things in my life. And one of them is leadership. So we have the podcast, and the other one is my family. And so to bring my family into this adventure, I think it's really cool. But you are watching the birth of a company right now, and watching me start to achieve some of the goals. Like in this season, I get to speak to children in middle school and all that, which is really cool. I get to interview people. I get to produce and edit and direct a whole bunch of other projects for our family and for our channels. And so it's been really amazing to see this stuff all come to life, and you're watching it happen. You're watching it happen to us and to our family. So don't ever forget that you have the choice to change your life, and you have the choice to change your stars. And so stay tuned this season. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff come out. You're going to see a lot of the behind the scenes of things that are ongoing right now that you'll see roll out in the next month or two. And then most of all, just being proud that we built a company on all of this. And it's just amazing to watch. And I'm so proud of what we're doing right now. So proud of my family and what they are contributing to this too, this project that we have a family business. And I'm looking forward to sharing my adventures. So thank you for tuning in for season 2, Follow the Path. And you're going to see some really cool stuff as now the stage is growing. The stage has been set for us to start to do some pretty amazing things. And just remember that there's no Hollywood, there's no nothing. It's just us doing this, and we're doing some pretty cool stuff, and it's fun. And I'm just really proud that we're able to do this, and you're along for the ride. So always remember to awaken the leader inside. It's gonna be awesome, man. Stay tuned.